Alright, hello again. It's been a little while. This is probably my first hike this season, and it's almost at the end of the season. Anyway, today heading out onto the Greenstone Caples. Just arrived at the car park, having driven up from Invercargill this morning, and given 3 TA hikers hitchhikes into here, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, my intention is to walk from here up to mid Caples Hut, and then tomorrow up and over Steele Creek, so that's going to be pretty cool. Anyway, I'll show you some video as we go. Absolutely beautiful weather, not a cloud in the sky today. Looking pretty good for tomorrow, possibly a little bit of water around on Saturday, but that's alright, walking out to the car on Saturday. Cheeky fantail over here in the tree. So after a short, sharp, nuggety little climb up and over, straight as we got into the track, here we are now alongside the river, heading up Caples Valley. So I'm just past the junction with the Greenstone River. And shortly the track will open up into big open valley, in and out of the bush as we go. But yeah, I think it's been 5 years since I came through here. My absolute favourite thing about living in this country: crystal clear blue water. So now that I'm a couple of k's in, yeah, the Greenstone Caples. I feel it's important to do this video. There's not a heck of a lot about it on YouTube, so hopefully this proves informative for some of you watching. Can't remember the exact distance, it's a bit over 50 k's. Usually a 3-night, 4-day walk. You can go either direction from the Greenstone car park. Yeah, typically, I mean, I'm going up the Caples at the moment, so yeah, up the Caples to mid Caples Hut. It's 9 kilometres from the car park, and then up and over Macalla Saddle down to Lake Macalla, and then Macalla Hut. Funnily enough, they're all named after the same thing. And then the third day down the Greenstone to Greenstone Hut. It's a really nice introductory walk for people that are new to tramping. Apart from a saddle up and out, up and over at the end of this valley, it's pretty good going. And even that, it's only about 400 metres, so it's not a massive climb. But yeah, I'm going to do it a little differently. So there's a lesser known route called Steele Creek, which links the two valleys, the Greenstone and the Caples. So I'm going to head up there. Now I'm probably doing it the hard way. Holy shit, look at the size of that rock. Just kind of plonked there. Anyway, yeah. So yeah, I'm going to do it the hard way, effectively. I think, haven't measured it, but I've got about an 860 metre ascent over only a few kilometres tomorrow morning, so that's going to be fun. But then it should be downhill for the rest of the day. So it's a bit of a trade-off really. Had I gone the other way, I would have had about 8 kilometres of uphill. So I just feel a bit more of a trudge. So yeah, short, sharp, get it out of the road, and then downhill, down Steele Creek. we'll find out tomorrow. But anyway, right now I'm just absolutely loving walking through here. It's not a great walk kind of track, but it's pretty easy going in all fairness. Little new growth right in beside the track. Track's just holding its own in here. Yeah, all new beech trees. If I'm right, that's mountain beech. 3 different varieties. You've got red beech. It can be defined by leaves that are slightly reddish, believe it or not. Also got a jagged edge. Mountain beech like this. If you see there, they've got little little round leaves. Here we go, you see them now. And then you've got silver beech, which, funnily enough, easy enough to identify. They've got a silvery underside. It's quite amazing to see this amount of growth here. Just looking out like the forest, it's almost like it's trying to push its way out into the valley. But what I think is actually, here we go, here's our answer. So this is old forest. Oh, fantails. No, yes. It's old. It would have been forest, but here we go. Here's our answer. It's probably been a slip blow down through here, clearing this out, and it's obviously taken a few years for the new growth to come through. What are you looking at? They say the hills have eyes. In here, they steer. Get it? Because he's a steer. Jokes aside. So this area, although it's beautiful, is not national park, but it is a conservation area. Though despite that, it's still an active farm. So I think it'll just be part of Greenstone station. So yeah, when you're coming through here, you will find cattle, sheep, yeah. But they're just doing their thing. They ain't got a bad place to live, that's for sure. And for the record, it's just gone past 6:30 p.m. And what are we today? 30th of March. And the sun's gone down behind the hill. The temperature dropped pretty quick. So yeah, that fire in the hut will be quite nice tonight, I think. Still pleasant. I mean, obviously getting along, so keep them warm enough. But yeah, what a cracking evening to be out here doing this. Considering the weather we've had the last couple of days, it's pretty bloody good. So just out there in the distance, you can just see what's left of the original homestead. Like I said, this is still a working farm. But yeah, there used to be a homestead and everything out here. I'm pretty sure it was still standing last time I come through, but yeah, no, that's all that's left now is the roof, and all the walls are fallen down. You see out there in the distance too, a few poplar trees, which obviously aren't native, so that'll be some leftovers of when the farmers used to live up here. And I think also, you see up there, the heads up into the bush, it's not as steep as that, not as high I should say. I think up there somewhere is Home Hut, and probably a couple of hours up into the hills there, and I think from there you can go across the tops and into, also over into Steele Creek. I didn't research that one enough, nor give myself enough time to go that way this time, so maybe next time. And as we cross here, the Caples certainly gets a bit skinny. Man, that's a long way down. Easily 50 metres. Pretty cool on the other side. Stunning. just amazes me that, you know, to think that it's carved its way through here over millennia. It's awesome. And what it also means, Mid Caples hut just up here. So not long left the Mid Caples hut. So we'll call it day 2 on the Greenstone Caples. Our hut was quite full. Well, no, it wasn't full. It'd be silly. There was probably about 10, 12 people there last night, including 2 that camped. It's quite frosty this morning, so it would have been fresh out in their tents. But yeah, about 8:30 in the morning now. A little bit later than I wanted to be leaving, but I had a really good sleep in. I think I needed it. Yeah. So we'll head up and through the valley today. Got about 6 kilometres to go. Down along here, probably up and around the corner there, and from which I'll then head up the hill. Hopefully the body's up for it, because we'll be going up in there somewhere, and shouldn't be too bad. 860 metre ascent. Haven't actually measured it. I think it's about a couple of kilometres distance, so it's going to be a bit of a grunt. But once I get there, it should be downhill for the rest of the day. I've also been hearing that the Greenstone huts were getting quite full at night, so might make a decision once I get to the Steele Creek hut and see what I feel like then. At least if I stay there, I'm probably guaranteed a bed, and we'll see what time of day it is as well. So I've just arrived at the what used to be a dock hut. It's an Upper Caples hut. I think 2000. I don't actually know. I've been 2000s somewhere. The hut I stayed at last night was commissioned, and this one is now looked after by the Deerstalkers Association. Cool little spot. Definitely worth coming in here to stay sometime, I reckon. And now I've got a decision to make. And you just sort of make it out, head for that saddle in there, or carry on up the valley. That's going to be an absolute grunt. Yeah, it's got me questioning my level of fitness currently, so we'll just have to see. I don't know if you can see him there, but one of my favourite little native birds. Looks a wee bit like a robin, but he's a tomtit. Little black and white bird. Pretty cool. It's so nice as you see all the birds in here. Seen a whole heap of rock wren earlier. Lots of robins, quite a number of tomtit. Yeah, it's been really quite neat. Look at this cheeky guy. You ran outside now. So I decided to give Steele Creek a go. It'll be fine. It's going to be a slog to the top, but it'll be worth it for the views. Probably 1,350 metres once I'm at the top, at the saddle, so it'll be worth it. So if you see here, that's the track ahead of us. It's recognisable track, and this is how we find the track in New Zealand. Orange marker to orange marker to orange marker. I don't know if you can see the one in the tree up ahead, but yeah, that's how we do it here. A wee bird, Piwaka Waka, fantail. Hello, Mr. Fantail. Oh, he's being real cheeky. You see him up there just dancing away. He might come back. Cheeky little bugger. So I could do with a little water top up. And here we have nature's hydration station. Doesn't look too bad if you ask me. Nice. You can hear me huffing and puffing. I knew it was going to be a grunt, but whew, it's damn near 45-degree angle coming up there. Yeah, and it keeps on going. I did check the GPS before, and it did suggest that over about the next 400 metres of distance I go up over 100 metres in elevation. But I'm over halfway up the hill, so that's good. Once I come clear of the bush line, it should get a bit better, and I think the views will be worth it. Just have to stop and take lots of breaks. Not as fit as I was on the PCT, that's for sure. So some tracks give you switchbacks. Not this one. It's me holding the camera level, gives you some sort of indication on the steepness. What a doozy. Although I've seen glimpses of the saddle through the trees, so I think I've got less than, I've got about 600 metres distance wise until I reach the edge of the bush line, so it won't take too long, although at the rate I'm going, yeah, maybe 30 minutes, we'll see. I seem to be spending more time stopped than I am moving. That's okay, we're nearly at the top. So, 2.5 hours since the junction, and I've made it to the edge of the bush line. Still got a bit more of a climb to go. So the markers head there, and then it sort of heads up and around sort of wee rocky bluff up there. So I've still got about another 100 and something metres of elevation gain to go yet, but yeah, I'm just going to have a wee break here. The legs are kind of screaming at me as if to say, what the heck are you up to? So that's a good excuse to have a break. Time for lunch, I reckon. As you can see, down one of those little clearings way down the bottom there, this is where that Deerstalker Association hut is. Anyway, I'm going to say that I'm at the saddle. It sort of cuts along and through there. Woohoo! 3.5 hours to get here from the bottom, but hooly dooly, far out. Yeah, what a grunt. But the good news is she's all downhill from here. But given the fact it's 2:40 in the afternoon, dare say I'll end up finding myself stopping at the Steele Creek hut tonight. And there's our first view back down Steele Creek. Well, in the distance down there will be the Greenstone Valley. Pretty cool. So, despite the slog, now she's all downhill for the rest of the day. That's nice. So, I'm at a marker. Anyway, can you see a track? Sort of. Here's the marker. Next one's way off out there somewhere. Yeah, she's definitely a bush bash. I'm going to go up there because there's some rocky bits and hopefully drop back down. It looks like what everyone else is doing. If the creek was running lower, I'd just walk down the creek, but I'd like dry boots tomorrow. So we're back in the forest now. Still reasonably tough going, but we've actually got a track you can follow now. Man, some of that stuff in the valley, the short little shrubby bushes and stuff, that was rough as guts. My legs are screwed. Blood everywhere. Oh well. A couple of k's to go down. Oh, actually about a k more in the bush. And then I think, come into a river flat. It should be a reasonably nice last couple of, or k and a bit, to the hut. So That'd be nice. Time now 5:15, so yeah, I might get in there by 7:30. That'd be nice to get in before dark. Yeah, we've got another wee tomtit down there somewhere, and a robin. They're all coming to say hello. Well, I'm finally down out of the bush. 6:08 PM, so it's been a little more slow going than I'd hoped today, but yeah. Funny thing is, this here, when I come out, I was expecting like what you can see in the distance, grassy river flats. Kind of got messed up in the last flood, I'm guessing, so that's alright. It's actually not too bad. There's some good wee bits that I can walk through here. But yeah, the little hut is down the other end in the grass, so not too far to go now. And there, way in the distance, is the saddle that I came over about, I don't even know how many hours ago, a few hours ago. Finally into the flats. Much nicer walking on, although bugger if I know where the track is. It's probably up and among all that guff, so just following the river. The hut's 500 metres ahead, so yeah, no, not too long to go now. And there, way in the distance, is the saddle that I came over about, I don't even know how many hours ago, a few hours ago. Finally into the flats. Much nicer walking on, although bugger if I know where the track is. It's probably up and among all that guff, so just following the river. The hut's 500 metres ahead, so yeah, no, not too long to go now. And home sweet home for tonight. Steele Creek bivvy. Just bumped into a hunter. He said he was going to be back here later on, but that's okay. Plenty of room. So this was last night's humble abode. Steele Creek hut, which is pretty basic, but hey, it's got beds, it's got a cooking area, got a fire, not so bad. Had company last night, a bloke named Simon. He's out here doing a bit of hunting, so it's good to have someone to yarn to. Anyway, we're going to depart. Body was feeling a bit bloody knackered this morning, but I'm sure it'll be fine. About 2 hours out of Steele Creek track down to Greenstone track, and then we'll yeah, toddle along from there. Should be about 7 hours and back to the car. So there was a warning about fallen trees over the track. Yep. I'm not going to try and get tangled up in that. So the boots that got almost dry last night, that was nice for a while, but yeah, we're going to go through that and over there. So this is for the most part what the track sort of looks like. It's not too bad, but further back there was some massive areas of windfall. You can't get lost in here. You just got to make sure the river's on your left, and yeah, find a way around the windfall, and eventually you'll pick up another orange marker on the tree. It's not too bad. It's quite nice going. According to GPS, I've only got about 800 metres until I reach Greenstone Valley now, so yeah, not long, and then I might find a wee spot to stop and make a quick cuppa. I think the rain stopped, so that'll be nice. I think my jacket, I'm wetter on the inside than I am on the outside, so that'll be coming off. And here's our first look at the Greenstone Valley. Well, it's going to be nice walking through there. Get out of these trees. Alright, we're back on the main track. 8 to 10 hours it reckons. It probably did take me close to 10 hours to get through there, not including sleeping for the night. And obviously I'm going left towards Greenstone. 1 to 2 hours. Yeah, I might find a nice spot just to stop and make a drink and have a wee snack along here though. Sandflies don't seem to be too bad today, so that'd be great if they yeah, stay away. Rain stopped, so I'll get rid of the jacket soon. And wire bridge going over Steele Creek. Remember this one being a wee bit wobbly, so I'm not going to film while I go over. Alright, so we're safely across, and yes, as I thought, she was a bit rickety. She's definitely a 2 hands, 2 feet job getting over that. You don't want to be filming. There is a track on the other side. You must be able to get down and under somehow. But anyway, I'm not in the mood for that. So, yeah. Much nicer track now. We're on the Greenstone. And we'll just drop out of the bush here and back into the valley. And just sort of meander along the river for the next hour or so until we get to Greenstone Hut. I may or may not stop in there yet, we'll just see. Intention is to walk all the way out to the car today. It'd be nice to get home tonight. I reckon 5 hours from here. It's 10:30 in the morning, so got plenty of time for that. You know, she's a bit of a bloody doozy going over that Steele Creek. Would I recommend it? Yes, if you've got the experience and the patience. There's some aspects of it that weren't great fun, but all in all, yeah, the view from the saddle made it worth that grunt getting up there. So yeah, I would recommend it. It wasn't so bad. So yeah, just stopped for a quick snack and a drink here at Steele Creek Lodge. So Steele Creek Lodge is a private lodge operated by Ultimate Hikes as part of their walk known as the Classic, I understand, where you combine the Greenstone and the root burn together. She's a pretty rustic sort of lodge, this one, by comparison to some of the others. I've done a season working on the Milford. Those lodges are pretty impressive, but I think this one all runs on solar power and yes, a bit more basic, but still cool place. It appears they're all shut up for the season, so yeah, you know, they left a couple of seats out, so that was nice. I was able to sit there and yeah, sit there and have a quick feed. Should be a welcome sight when the weather's a bit marginal coming through here. Yeah, it would appear it's perhaps done for the season. Anyway, we'll carry on. Another massive rockfall. Imagine the noise when this thing came down. It's pretty old though. There's a lot of growth on the rocks. You know, lots of moss and yeah. So, Steele Creek Lodge to Greenstone Hut intersection, just a whisker over an hour. I had thought about going up there, but I had a pretty good feed at Steele Creek Lodge, so I'm just going to keep going. What have we got? Car park, 3 to 5, so I don't know, 3.5 maybe. Certainly won't take me 5. Yeah, anyway, also yeah, you go that way past Greenstone Hut, also this way back towards the car park. It's also a little part of the Te Araroa trail. It'll be something I'll do one day in life. Not sure when, but it'll happen someday. Alright, onwards. So apparently there's a bridge up there somewhere upstream, although given the amount of debris down here and the size of the floods this thing's probably had in the last couple of years, I would be doubtful that it's even there. Anyway, I'm going through straight there. My boots are already wet, so I don't care. Water, whoop-de-doo. It's nice and low, easy. Alright, get some wet boots again time. It's quite refreshing actually. Not a lot of water gets in through these gators. Well, it's enough to soak your boots for sure, but yeah. But with a couple of hours to the car and I've got dry shoes in the car, what does it really matter? No point trying to rock hop. You just gotta do it safely. And if you get wet boots, you get wet boots. It's one thing I learned when I was guiding as well. Wow, I knew that. Tell my walkers that we come to a creek and they'd just be tiptoeing their way through, so I'd just bowl through like an idiot right beside them. But man, the day's turning out good. Felt like I had a few wee spits of rain in the trees early, but it could have just been water coming off the trees. It's lovely out here. It's a lot less than forecast anyway. So yeah, loving it. You'll know I've got a thing for waterfalls, right? And the Greenstone just keeps on giving. It goes all the way up there. That is awesome. And out of the bush we come and back into the Caples Valley. Somewhere up there will be a bridge. That'll take me back across the Caples River, and then it's on the home stretch back to the car. It's up and through there. Man, that track through the bush, for the most part, it was lovely. A few little puds, pointless up downs, but for the most part, really, really nice. The track is fantastic, and waterfalls, gee whiz. Yeah, like for a first multi-day hike, Greenstone Caples Loop, or Caples Greenstone Loop, whichever way you want to go about it, absolutely recommended. Steele Creek, saved here. If you need a bit of experience, a bit of route finding ability, you go and do that one, and it's a pretty decent level of fitness. Wish mine was slightly better, because hell, it was a grunt getting up that hill. But no, Greenstone Caples, get out here. Such a good walk, and it's not crazy busy like the Great Walks either. And crossing the Caples.